Hello, I'm Vanita Hampton-Wright, and I host the blog Days of Deepening Friendship here at Loyola Press. We've had a number of books about being Catholic. Well, today's author, Richard Cole, has a different story in that he came to Catholicism as an adult. The book is Catholic by Choice, just came out, Why I Embraced the Faith, Joined the Church, and Embarked on the Adventure of a Lifetime. And this is Richard Cole. Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you.
And thank you for writing this book. So I just have a few questions, and of course I guess the obvious one is, what drew you, I mean, if you can put it in like 50 words or less, what drew you into the church, the Catholic Church?
Well, you mentioned that this is an adult conversion story. Maybe it was my midlife crisis, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Some men have a red sports car and they run around in the red sports car. Well, the Catholic Church is my red sports car. But no, my wife gave me a birthday present for my 48th birthday. A little stay at a Catholic retreat center, a Benedictine monastery in South Texas. Tiny little ad in the back of a magazine. And I had been talking about getting away and just reading, just let me read. And so she gave me this gift. And I went down there and stayed for 3 days. And I didn't have any epiphanies at the time. The monks were very kind to me. Nobody tried to put the bite on me or ask if I was saved or try to muscle me into the fold. But then when I came back, my wife said, well, are you going to keep on going to Mass? Because you went to Mass there at the retreat center, right? And I said, yeah, I did. They let me do that. And I said, well, sure. But inside I was thinking, well, yes, of course. And I kept going to Mass. And then I started going to Mass almost every day, and the thing just sort of snowballed, and I found myself on the road to entering the church. So
it really was, and anyone who reads the book can tell that there's a lot of thought involved, just a lot of soul searching. But what really interests me is the fact that it was the act of going to Mass. It's like it drew you in a way. It's kind of hard to explain how that happened, but it was such a major component. It was an experience as much as thinking through things and examining your life and all the different things that you went through. But this experience of going to Mass, being there, and I guess being part of the liturgy. I mean, I'm really intrigued by that, and it makes me a little hopeful too, because I think sometimes we overthink and we minimize the power of a simple act such as a prayer or going to Mass.
Well, when I first saw a Mass at the monastery, I'd never seen one. And the very things that some people might not like about a Mass, I mean, it's scripted and it's very formal and so forth, that I liked. Because for years, for every now and then, I would think, well, gee, should I become a Christian? I've tried everything else. And I thought, no, I don't have a personal relationship with Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior. But I went to a Mass, and I realized, hey, I don't have to really do anything except go through the motions. I started just attending because I didn't feel compelled to have anything other than my attendance there. So for all the things that it did not, in my imagination, require, that was a plus for me. And it is physical, and it is something that you show up physically and you go through these motions, and as I've learned in other parts of my life, if you go through the motions, then oftentimes the Spirit does follow. I once looked up the word calisthenics in the dictionary, and I learned that it comes from two Greek words meaning strong and beautiful. And I thought, yeah, going to Mass is very calisthenic because you show up you sit, you stand, you sit, you stand, you kneel, you sit, you know, do. It's very interactive. And it is all physical. And going through those motions, we do have, I think, the opportunity to become strong and beautiful through the love of God.